Marcel. Put to the sword easily today. Didn't lay a finger on Manchester City. We've lost by 3-0. And the feeling's very, very sour.
Yeah, massively. I think I want to start with, obviously, the start of the game, we had like a kind of a reflection, a memorial on Sir Bobby. So I think I want to start on, obviously, thoughts with him and his family. Well, not him and his family, but his family in general through this time. I think it was a good way to a good feeling for the game in terms of, just how the game kind of started. A very good player, and just thoughts with a massive legend of this club, man. So definitely thoughts with him and his family.
Of course, I'm sure everyone shares that sentiment for sure.
Yeah. And the game, man. I don't think. Let's start with the positives for me. I always want to do that. There was positives, bro.
What positives were there?
Anana's performance.
Okay.
Anana's performance was good today. Key saves in moments, and I think Maguire played well.
Okay, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, them two,
Flex,
all right. All right. Well, I'm talking about performance, you know what, you're right, them two did play well, but Marcel, bro, that was disgusting. Those two, yes, but
Well, for me, Fleck, the first half, I mean, how many half chances do we have? Scott McTominay breaking through on goal. Delo has to make a better cross in that first 3 minutes of the game. Scott McTominay should receive a pass in front of him from Højlund instead of behind him. Højlund's through on goal. Rashford is overplaying on the counter-attack when he's got space on the left-hand side. There's half chances on there that if good quality footballers get their opportunity on goal, they execute and they're clinical enough. We saw City, obviously, in that first half. They only had a couple headed opportunities. I think Phil Foden had the headed opportunity, a great save from Haaland's header opportunity. They had a shot from Alvarez from a free kick and a shot from Grealish from obscure areas. Obviously, yes, Phil Foden's trying to slip passes behind defensive line, but the defenders were okay. I think Lindelof was shocking today. A lot of the time he could have played that left-footed pass down the channel into Rashford. He doesn't make it. I just think, the mentality of the players. He was showing too much respect to Phil Foden, not aggressive, not putting enough challenges, not being, on the front foot. Rashi was like that the whole game as well. Rashi's not really pressing anyone with any bite or anything. Scott had a good first half at it, or an okay one. But we have to look at the game for what it is. Every single one of their players looked better, and most probably is better than our players.
Most probably they are.
Yeah, they are better than us. So then you're looking at the game from that metric, and Ten Hag had to try and produce an 11 in this game that was going to be able to cause some sort of problem.
Has he got to answer some serious questions here now, Marcel? Because look, we're all trying to back the manager, we're all trying to back a process, we're all trying to back, what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But do some serious questions need to be asked of Ten Hag of why we're in this moment?
Yeah. I mean, Amrabat is maybe the first question on point in that regard. It's his player. It's a loan offer, so we can see, he still has to work for to get the shirt going long term, but just looks so leggy. Didn't put a foot on anyone. I think Grealish has spun him out of his boots a couple of times in the first half, and he has to come off. So, he has to look at that. I think given this blind faith, because it's looking blind right now on Rashi, I don't know what he's seeing on the pitch to allow him to play for longer than 60 minutes of football. After that 45 minutes to 55 minutes, we couldn't get a foot on the ball, and then they go, what is Ten Hag saying at half-time is what we have to think about.
Come straight out, concede.
Come straight
with
out.
With ease.
Do you get it? 3 man at the back.
Bruno Fernandes, this is the linchpin, this is the captain.
Yeah.
Nothing.
His decision, Ten Hag's decision. And he could get punished for that in the long term, but he's playing him out wide in the right again. We're killing his game. So it's these predicaments that he has to deal with. Does he go with, combativeness and defensive work in that midfield with the Bruno, Scott, Amrabat? And I think, did he start Eriksen today?
Yeah, Eriksen started.
Yeah, he started Eriksen.
That means you didn't see him.
Yeah. And he played a lot of poor passes. He only had the one good pass into Rashi, and Rashi should have
Look at the last few games. Every time it gets to half-time, Ten Hag's having to make subs. That suggests, obviously, that you're starting 11 with what you've gone with what you set up in preparation for that game. It's not working. It's happening too many times.
The injuries. We've got an injury crisis, Fleck, man. Look at the defensive line. Look who we're playing. Maguire and Evans. We've signed Martinez and Varane. 5-star proper defenders. We're having to play the mediocre. Look at the left-back position. The one that is fit has just come back from injury. There's match fitness and there's physical fitness. He's going to be less on both. He's just come back into the fray.
But even with what's on the pitch, though, Marcel, even with the players that are available, they have to show way more than that. tactically, desire, heart, endeavour, organisation, backbone. Like, I didn't see any of it.
Well, tactically,
And I haven't for a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, if I could just focus on this game, tactically, I think Ten Hag, he sets us up for opportunities, for turnovers, for opportunities to score goals. And I listed at the beginning of this 4 or 5 in the first half, where if it's more clinical, there's more shots on goal, there's opportunities on goal. In terms of desire, fight, this is problems under Mourinho, this is problems under Ole, this is problems under Ralph. So, you know, you're going to see that issue from Scott McTominay about desire and fight. You're going to see Lindelof not get close to a man and grips up his shirt. You're going to see Delo not grips up a man's shirt. You're going to see Scott McTominay not grips up a man's shirt. You're going to see that because I saw that under Ole. I saw that under Mourinho. I saw that under... So, yes, he's not getting something out of these players, and he's put his hat on certain players. Like he said, listen, you're my captain. I'm going to sign you to another 4-year deal under Low. But these are situations that, you know, they have to come and perform at some stage, or they have to go. He needs time to really set this out. But I was positive, and I thought 3-2 today. Yeah, I know. But it's one of them ones where I don't think we was going to win this game anyway. It was just a big sign that shows we are not the team that we thought we are. We are not treble winning Man United. We are not Premier League, Champions League level Man United. We're mid-table or just about top 4 side. And you have to kind of put that into perspective when you're looking at the quality of players on the pitch, because they're so far below. They can't even get to City's third team. Do you get it? They wouldn't. So, you know, and then the pace in the midfield. There was no pace in today's midfield. We've conceded 3 penalties in the last 3 games. Bayern Munich, Sheffield, and today. We conceded 3 penalties in the last 3 games. Like, all these things Ten Hag's having to deal with. But he sets up footballers to create opportunities. I don't think anyone can deny that.
Are you seeing? Because I'm looking at it tactically. I don't see anything, Marcel. I don't see patterns. I don't see improvement. I don't see intensity.
You're not going.
I just see what we've always seen, which is waiting on some moments, waiting for a bit of brilliance, waiting for a counter maybe. Yeah, I don't see a clear and methodical style. Before we start the game, I have no idea how we're going to play. The only consistent thing I can see is from a goal kick, where the centre back goes here and gives it to the goalie. That's it.
Yeah, facts. I agree with you there. But I wanna just give Ten Hag time in the sense of Martinez is so important. And in these passing patterns, Martinez is important. In these passing patterns, Luke Shaw is important. Now with those passing patterns, and you include Amrabat that plays the 6 a little bit different and finds the pockets, maybe he could produce a better football. Mason Mount's been injured, and he's just coming back into the fray. He always looks a bit leggy as well. Against Sheffield, he came on, I think, at time.
1 minute left.
Yeah. He didn't look brilliant, like in terms of physical fitness. So a lot of players got to come back into the fray. Everyone was booing about Højlund coming off at 70 minutes. He's got a back injury. So for me, it just seems like...
Still now? How does he?
Well, I would think to myself, look how many games... Look at the volume of...
Rashford stays on that long.
Yeah. Again, Ten Hag might lose his job on that. I think Rashi might not make it. Rooney was our last number 10. Look how many goals he scored. Look how many assists. Look how much effort, the running, the desire, like you said, everything. Rashford's not showing this anymore. Number 39 Rashford, when he used to have that on his back, he was hungry as ever. Now he's got the 10. Now he's on 400k. He's looking like Sancho. He just wants to laze around on the pitch, and it's not working. Ten Hag has to be cut through at some stage. I don't know when he gets to that point, but who else can you look around to save us? We don't have the finances to go and change the whole dressing room. He has to get something out of these players.
We can turn it around quickly.
Yes, and yes. 100%. That's the only way. I mean, he has to maybe get honest with, you know, Bruno in the centre only or in the 8 only. Out wide, it's a joke. He has to get honest with Lindelof. Don't put him in the fullback areas. He's not good enough. Or if you're putting him in the fullback areas, right fullback. Put the low that can suffer and use both feet. You know, he has to be honest with Amrabat. Is he good enough to play that single 6? Do you get it? Højlund, he needs to be a bit more clinical now because he's had a lot of chances. He's had a lot of opportunities in all the games that he's played. So.